hero of this election, whether you like him or not like him, is Obi. The hero of this election is who? Obi. Listen. I'm not saying, hold on. I'm not saying it to make you happy. Listen, are you hear me? I'm not saying it to make you happy. I'm saying the truth and nothing but the truth. He may not have been pronounced as the winner, no problem. The law will take its course. Let me tell you, when I mean you, okay. I'm not saying you are Shehu. Now let me tell you something. I have just told you here the problems we have in FCT. That it requires hard decisions to be taken.
That those who believe that maybe Peter Obi would have probably taken better decisions.
I don't want social media issue here.
Peter Obi was a president.
I don't want social
of the Labour Party.
I don't want to discuss social media issues. I don't want this popularity. People talk about social media. I don't like that.
Peter Obi,
please, I want reality on ground. I don't discuss those things. And I don't discuss about presidential candidates any longer. I discuss about the economy, the president, what he has to offer. I don't want to. If he would have been better, Nigerians would have voted for him.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything on all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election held in Nigeria on February 23, and the winner controversially announced on March 1st, 2023. And that announcement, that outcome, is being challenged at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, from where it will eventually move on to the Supreme Courts. But as we speak, the person who was announced has already been sworn in since May 29, 2023, and he is the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, running the country with his team of ministers. Now, one of the beneficiaries of that announcement on March 1st was none other than, one of the key beneficiaries was none other than Nyesom Wike, former governor of Rivers State, and now who has been rewarded with what you may call in Nigeria juicy position of Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. And the two videos you watch are videos of him in different occasions, but all happened in this 2023, and it's all about the presidential election. And I want us to look at the things he said in the two occasions and be able to take out the truth in it. Work out what do we think are the basic truths in what he said. In the first video, he was showering epithets on Peter Obi. He said that Peter Obi was the hero of the 2023 presidential election. Now, you don't need to be a top political analyst. You don't need to be a seer or whatever. I don't know how to describe it. You don't need to be a top-notch political analyst to have observed that indeed Peter Obi was the hero of the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. Never in the history of Nigeria have we seen a situation where somebody use a little known party and catapult himself at the center stage of Nigerian politics and change the political equation and the political dynamics and do what people thought were impossible, what was impossible. Don't forget, before the election, there was those who think that Peter Obi does not have the kind of support to challenge the status quo. Because Peter Obi, whether we like it or not, was a new brand of politics that he brought to Nigeria. Most of the things, even the actions you see Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu take since he was sworn in was trying to imitate what Peter Obi would have done in a similar position. That was why when they removed subsidy and people were complaining, they reminded everybody who cares to listen that Peter Obi also said he would remove subsidy from day one. But what they failed to understand is that Peter Obi has a different methodology for removing the fuel subsidy. He wouldn't have removed it in such a way that Nigerians will suffer the way they are suffering today. Peter Obi wanted to do something about the current value of the Naira, which is the reason why the Naira is literally collapsing to the level that 1,000 Naira to the dollar is knocking on the door. And all effort to save it will be in futility, as far as I can see. All effort by this government to stop 1,000 Naira from becoming $1 is an effort in futility from what I have seen. I have seen what the JP Morgan have said about our reserve. I've seen what the CBN said we have and all that. Now, why should I believe CBN of Nigeria? Why should I believe them? I rather believe JP Morgan. And the world is not food. They will believe the JP Morgan. So this is all about how Peter Obi has changed this country. He was the only candidate who addressed issues throughout the election. He was the only one who did not campaign based on the sense of entitlement. Atiku campaigned on the sense that it is the turn of the North, that what the country needs is the North to be in charge. Tinubu's campaign that it is the turn of the Southwest and it is his turn. Peter Obi was the only candidate that campaigned on what Nigeria needs. And what was that? He kept on hammering on it from consumption to production. And if you had given Peter Obi chance, if INEC had given Peter Obi chance without having to delay and see what the Supreme Court will say, now, I can tell you for free, Peter Obi would have started moving this country from that consumption to production, and the value of the Naira will respond to that productivity instead of all these things that we are beating about the bush, expecting miracle to happen. Okay? And borrowing money from Afri-Exit Bank and all that, just to see how you stabilize the Naira. We don't have to do that. Okay? So Peter Obi, as far as I'm concerned, I agree with Nyesom Wike, because Nyesom Wike was here talking after the election. He said that Peter Obi was the hero of the 2023 election. And there is no doubt about it. Nobody galvanized the Nigerian youth like Peter Obi. Nobody made Nigerian youth to register as many as they did. But Peter Obi, nobody did it like him. Nobody was able to inspire confidence of Nigerians that a new Nigeria is possible, that Nigeria could get it right. His lifestyle, his record, for the first time in recent Nigerian political engineering, we will have a situation where somebody was bold enough to bank on his own integrity. And the nation responded, because the nation wanted somebody like that, a man of integrity, a man of honor, a man that could be entrusted with the wealth and riches of Nigeria, a man who was determined to do things differently than his fellow contestant for the top job. He presented a new face. Before P2B, people were just doing anyhow campaign. P2B's campaign was so tailored that they began to copy him. So he, indeed, was the hero of the 2023 election. I agree with Nyesom Wike on that. I agree with him totally. He was the hero. And that is why even after the election, as Nigerians are waiting for the courts to determine the final outcome, P2B has not felt not to be in the mouth of those who are beneficiaries of the present arrangement, those who was announced as winners. They're always talking about P2B. Anything P2B does is of interest to them. They follow P2B almost everywhere. If the Naira collapse, if something happened, they want to know what P2B has said. What is P2B saying about insecurity here and there? What is he saying about the economy? They're always interested in what he has to say. Not that they want to hear his position. Because if they really want to hear his position, they will know. They will have allowed the system to do the right thing so that the right candidate will emerge as the president of the country. They are just looking for ways to counter him, to diminish him, to tarnish his image. That's what I see. So in that first video, Nyesom Wike was right. Then there is another important thing that Nyesom Wike did in that first video. He said that Peter Obi may not have been pronounced the winner of the election. He may not have been pronounced the winner of the election. He didn't say that Peter Obi did not win the election. Get his words clearly. He said Peter Obi may not have been pronounced the winner of the election. He didn't say that Peter Obi did not win the election. Now this to my mind was an objective Nyesom Wike talking after the election, saying it the way it is, saying it the way it is. And what does that tell you? When somebody who was not a member of the Labour Party of Peter Obi, a governor of Rivers State, a state that Peter Obi won according to recalculations by the BBC and Premium Times, and according to the evidence that Peter Obi has presented in court at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. When that governor, after the election, was telling people in his state that Peter Obi may not have been pronounced the winner of the election, that he may not have been pronounced the winner of the election, he remains the hero of the election. He remains the hero of the election. That, my friend, is when people are talking without being influenced by political interests. They are saying it the way it is. That was my interpretation of what Nyesom Wike said there. And then on a final note in that clip, he said that the law will take its course. He said the law will take its course. He recognized that Peter Obi has an opportunity to reclaim his mandate. He recognized that Peter Obi has an opportunity to seek redress. He said the law will take its course. And that course is what Peter Obi is pursuing at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. From there, I can beg for free that he will go to the Supreme Court. If the Election Petition Tribunal did not declare him the winner of the election, he will go to Supreme Court. But if the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal declares Peter Obi the winner of the election and that he should be sworn in as the president of Nigeria, then he don't have to go to the Supreme Court. It's now left for Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC to go to the Supreme Court. Okay, now juxtapose it with the reaction of Nyesom Wike when he has been sworn in as the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and given the juicy position of Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. You know, in Nigeria, when I talk about juicy position, it means position that has a lot of incentives, that you can give out largesse, dispense favors to friends, families, party members, friends, all kinds of political patronage. That's what I talk about juicy. Your position is juicy. There's a whole lot of things to benefit from the official occupying that position. Now, he was doing everything to defend his current position. And as far as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as far as he's concerned, becomes the star who can solve the whole Nigeria's problem. Okay? And when Shehu, the anchor of the Channels television program, the one-on-one program, brought out the issue of Obi doing better, because he was talking about how things are difficult decisions have to be taken, and that Nigerians depend on miracles so much. She will say, okay, but people are saying there are those who are saying that P2B will do better. Now he began to talk about that that if P2B could do better, why didn't Nigerians vote for him? Okay, of course, I have done a video where I show that Nigerians actually voted for him more than they voted for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If the election was free and fair, that's my understanding of it. Nigerians voted for P2B more than Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because if you redo the calculation as P2B is demanding they do, if they do it, you will see clearly that P2B got, Nigerians voted more for P2B than Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay? By P2B winning Lagos State alone, it says volume about his capacity and what people think of Peter Obi. Because Peter Obi, Lagos is the most cosmopolitan, the most knowledgeable, the most creative, the most intelligent concentration of Nigerians. For them to choose Obi over Tinubu is enough to clear any doubt of the doubting Thomases that indeed Peter Obi is better than Tinubu, and more people voted for him than Tinubu. Because look at it this way. People who have lived under the shadow, under the government of Tinubu as governor, under the shadow of Tinubu as godfather of Lagos, they rejected him in the 2023 presidential election and voted for Peter Obi. If that does not tell you that Peter Obi is better than Tinubu, I don't know what will tell you. Because it's just like somebody becoming popular outside without being popular at home. Okay? There is an adage that says that charity begins at home. When you are rejected at home, the person they rejected you for is therefore far better than you. Okay? So that is a fact. It's far better than you. That is the answer of Peter Obi to those who are doubting that he's better than Tinubu in terms of any administration running the country and what have you. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. when you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you do, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.